in the Herald Sun today, saying that the latest TAC ads, which show a montage of riders engaging in irresponsible behaviour, the letter writers said that they thought this was a very unfortunate set of ads because it made out that all riders acted like hoons. Joining on the line now is the manager of the Riders Division for Motorcycling Australia and the author of the letter, Rob Smith. Mr. Smith, good afternoon.
G'day, mate. How are you?
Good. Now, what do you specifically not like about the latest TAC ad about motorcycle riders?
I guess, we're really very disappointed that the ad is sort of another example of a non-motorcycling marketing department dreaming up an ad without really understanding the target demographic. I guess that for us, the problem is that the ad sort of validates a lot of people's stereotypes about motorcycling, and in so doing, sidesteps the main problems.
And what are the main problems?
Well, I don't know if you knew, but in 84% of motorcycle crashes where the driver turned into or across the path of the rider, it was actually the driver that was at fault.
Sure.
And this ad doesn't really address that road safety, in particular when it comes to vulnerable road use, is a shared responsibility.
Well, Rob, can I just take you to task on this, though? Now, different TAC ad campaigns are trying to achieve different things. But recently, I saw two motorcycle riders both take off at the lights and both what we used to call pulling a mono, as in pulling the front wheel up in the air and just having the back wheel on the ground. Incredibly stupid, dangerous behaviour. I'm sure is only a small minority. But, I mean, if you watched all the drink driving ads, most people don't drink drive, but a small minority do. But that means we have to target the small minority who do drink drive, surely. I mean, we don't all drink and drive, and yet the drink driving ads don't spend their time showing people driving sensibly and safely. They show people who have driven under the influence of alcohol.
And look, we don't condone that kind of behaviour.
No, I'm not asking whether you condone it.
It's not really about who is or who isn't hooning. It's really about the fact that, this ad says it's up to you to reduce the risks. It doesn't say it's up to us to work together or anything like that.
Okay, but
it says it's up to you, and that validates the perception that other road users are allowed to opt out of the road safety contract.
Well, sorry, quite frankly, I think you're sticking your head in the sand here. I just gave you some examples, and you've studiously chosen to ignore them. Thank you very much for joining us, Rob. I'm not going to talk to you any longer. I said that I've seen motorcyclists acting like hoons. If an ad goes out to stop the 1% to do that, that's a good thing. Ads against motorists don't sit there and say, let's just show pictures of driving along sensibly. They say to people, don't drink and drive. And they show people drinking and driving and causing horrible accidents. It doesn't mean that everybody does it, but it means you target the ones that do. Rob Smith, manager of the Riders Division for Motorcycling Australia. I think you've got to think a bit more widely about these things. Dale, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tom. Look, I've got to agree with Rob on that one, on the motorcycling. I'm a long-time motorcyclist, and the TAC ads have been funded directly from a $50 levy that came from motorcyclists over 12 or 14 years. And we've paid for those campaigns, and we should have a statement of what we believe goes into those ads, considering the money came out of our registration.
Well, wait a minute, Dale. Okay, I've never drunk and I don't drink and drive, and my rego has paid for all those ads. So should I be able?
No. This is a direct levy on top of our registration, a $50 takeout to keep us safe. Now, if that was the case, you'd think you'd have some content in what goes into those ads.
But Dale, the previous lot of motorcycle ads showed motorcycles that said, put yourself in his mind, and it showed people opening doors in front of a motorcyclist and did show cars swerving in front of them and so forth. So I remember the previous set of ads, and they were saying, put your mind inside the motorcycle helmet. So we have had ads that have done that, but this ad, what I said to him and why I cut him off, he refused to. I saw two motorcyclists recently both pull monos or wheelies, call them what you will, off at the lights. This ad is aimed at them. What's the problem with that?
Oh, look, I agree. There are some fools out there, and today's a tragic day to even speak about it, losing a motorcyclist up in the east of the state. It's something that we never want to see happen when someone gets hurt.
I agree. But different ad campaigns target different things, Dale. I mean, that's the thing. Look, not all motorcyclists drive like idiots, and I agree. As a cyclist, I can tell you, I mean, cars cause a lot of problems. But there are some motorcyclists who do the wrong thing, Dale, and as a result, it's okay to have the odd ad campaign that targets that. Now, sorry, Dale, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say Doyley's adding up on his hospital thing. It was wrong because he was running it to the financial year, considering that he hasn't spent that money that he would be receiving. It'll run past the financial year.
Well, yes, look, I'm afraid, Dale, I don't know the ins and outs. I mean, he did mention the financial year, where they were at June 1st, and then obviously it's now February, it's almost the end of February, so there's only 4 months to go in this financial year. Whether they have a different financial year, I don't know. But the point is, I mean, if he's only getting 1 year's funding from the feds, how much can you really sort of say, right, we'll reopen all these wards and things, then only, a couple of months before the end of the year, you'd have to close them again. That is the problem. Of course, in between now and then, we do have a small thing called a federal election, and